Congratulations, Jack. Thanks for coming over. We saw your interview just there, pitchside actually. For a winning captain, you don't seem delighted, but I guess that speaks of yet more progress to come, does it?
Yeah, I think like if we came out and performed really, really well, then you'd be happy and you think, right, great stepping stone for next week. But I think by our own standards, I don't think we were great. I think our indiscipline really let us down a good bit, gave them kind of a foot into the game, things like that. Thought we were inaccurate at times. To be fair to them, they were coming off the line pretty hard and they were catching man and ball. And that terrifies me every time we run out. Every single time the fireworks goes out.
Never get used to that.
So yeah, a little bit frustrating, but look, we did enough to get a win and hopefully we can build on that now.
We were talking now about Glasgow and the curious thing about rugby, the fact that you pulverised Glasgow on this very pitch a matter of weeks ago, much closer encounter in the URC towards the end of the regular season. Rugby can change in the space of a couple of weeks, can't it? And we're now talking about what could be an epic semi-final between two very closely matched sides.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's mentally kind of that bit harder to play a team that you've played a lot in the last few weeks. Obviously, we had the great win against them in Europe, and then I think it was 2 weeks ago we played them in the last round, and it was, we'd already cemented top spot, so it was a matter of pride for us to make sure that we'd built on the previous week in Zebra, and obviously the week before that had been Northampton, so we wanted to make sure that we were building a bit of momentum into these few weeks, knowing that we obviously had last week off, so that was a huge matter of pride for us. So look, we weren't fantastic that day, but to be fair to Glasgow, they're obviously a good side, so it makes it a little bit easier when you're reviewing a team that you've played a lot in the last few weeks, and I'm sure they'll come up with something different. But we're obviously pretty comfortable, not comfortable, but we know what their threats are a lot. So,
did you watch them last night?
Sorry.
No, I didn't. No, I was putting my baby to bed. So
priorities,
far more important things.
Jack, what's the last few weeks been like? Obviously, huge amount of media publicity about getting knocked out in a semi-final. Is it, as a team, you sort of draw a line in the sand and move forward into this competition and everything is about winning this trophy, or do you look back on that and take a lot of learnings from it?
Well, you got to look back and take a lot of learnings from it, because we just didn't pitch up that day with the physicality that we normally do, and I think that was the biggest thing we took home from it. We've kind of tried to scrap the idea of talking about anything more than the moment in front of our face, the game ahead of us, the day of training, everything like that, because I think we've been a little bit guilty in the past of looking too far down the line.
Yeah.
And now we're just trying to be really moment focused and just build on momentum and have winning moments on top of winning moments. So that's kind of been the mindset for the last while, and I think something we're trying to drive as a player group.
Talk to me about half-time, because obviously there have been little memories of Northampton starting to creep in, and you go in at half-time, Scarlets just score before you go in. Any panic in there? Was it trying to stay calm? Was it change the tactics?
No. Look, we've been going well, and obviously last play of the game, we fluff our lines a little bit, and they end up going 100 metres. So credit to them, but it was just our inaccuracy. There was no sense of panic. Again, it comes back to that moment-on-moment thing. We're like, right, let it go, whether it be a good moment or a bad moment, and just try to be present in what we're doing and trying to be where your feet are. So. Look, we took a lot of learnings from the first half. I thought we just tried to play around them a little bit too much, but we just needed to carry through them and tighten them up, and then we can play the space a little bit more, and I thought that was a bit more evident in the second half.
And having played Glasgow so many times now, what will you be expecting from them now going into next week?
Obviously, when we played them 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, they kicked a lot. Obviously, they probably looked at Northampton game, tried to put us into those exit cycles, which we weren't efficient at exiting against Northampton. So we were a little bit better against Glasgow when they tried to do it. So I'm sure they might come, well, I'm not sure about anything, but I'm sure they might come with a similar plan, like that, because they did pay dividends at times. But yeah, look, they're a hugely motivated side. Did a good win last night, and now it's just about freshening up, relax, switch off for 24 hours, and then back to the grind.
All the 24 hours.
Oh yeah. The best 24 hours of the week. Tuesday night and Saturday night. Yeah.
Well, we'll meet again here next week, Jack. Congratulations. Thanks
Cheers,
for coming
lads.
over.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, boys.
Good to see you, big man. Cheers.